What is going on, guys? My name is Paul, and I hope you guys are all having a great day and or night, and welcome to another Apex Legends video. I got some gameplay going on here in the background. I think I got about, 7 or 8 kills in this gameplay. We fall a bit short, so we don't quite get the W, unfortunately. You know, we're still learning the game a little bit. I don't play the most, but you know, I'm pretty good at it already. If I just put a lot of time into it, I could probably be really good, like almost as good as I was in Call of Duty. But anyways, guys, that is not the topic of today's video. This video is more for beginner players, so if you are somebody who's been playing this game and is very experienced, then you should probably just click off this video because it's not really going to help you out in any way, shape, or form. Or if you just want to stick around and watch some gameplay because you're that supportive, you can do that, and I will love you all the same no matter what. But anyways, guys, there are 8 characters in Apex Legends. If you're not somebody who's really played the game a lot or understands the characters, I'm going to clear that up for you. I'm going to go over all 8 characters in this video, and I'm going to break down which one each has to offer, and, you know, maybe that'll help you kind of discover if you're, like, more of an attack player, defense player, a support player. That's something you have to figure out and kind of gauge for yourself as a player and as a gamer and a Battle Royale player. So the first one, we're going to go in alphabetical order, and we're going to start off with Bangalore. Okay, now she's more of an offensive character. Bangalore is basically your standard soldier class with a couple tricks behind her. She has her passive ability, which is an increased sprint speed under fire. So if you're getting shot at, she'll start running a lot faster. And I'm using her in this gameplay, so maybe you'll be able to notice that if you pay attention. But you might not, but that is one of her abilities, and I will say from playing with her that does happen. And that comes in a lot of good situations. It's very clutch. And her tactical ability is the smoke canisters that can kind of stop or make enemies kind of back off a little bit. You can also use this well with Bloodhound, like I stated in my video the other day. If you have somebody on your team using Bloodhound and they have their Beast of the Hunt, which is their L1, R1 ability, you throw down your smoke in a group of enemies in a close quarters, and they can get wiped out pretty easy because obviously in the smoke they can't see. But if you're using the smoke and that doesn't really work, then you have your L1R ability, the special ability, which can stop enemies right in their path and basically will bomb. It's an artillery strike. It'll bomb the landscape, and you can get kills with it. It's a little hard, but it does make them shit their pants a little bit. It makes the screen shake, and it'll give you some time to get back and help your teammates if you need to. So it can also be kind of used in a defense way. Next up, the next character we're going to go over is Bloodhound, and he's honestly, personally, my favorite. And I actually just came out with a video the other day, 2 days ago, saying and showing people how to use Bloodhound and the common misconceptions behind Bloodhound. So go ahead and watch that video if you want some more details regarding him. But basically, Bloodhound is the tracker class. His passive ability is going to allow you to see where enemy players have been. And its tactical ability pings the area to reveal tracks left behind by foes. And you can still see people when you use that through walls, but you got to be looking forward. It doesn't work behind you, so it's only what you're seeing in front of you. So on my screen right now, if you were running and you used his L1 ability, well, you would only see stuff in front of you, so you got to know where to use it. And basically, it's good for buildings if you think somebody's hiding in somewhere or in a corridor and you're just not sure. So keep that in mind. And then with Bloodhound's Beast of the Hunt, your abilities are going to be enhanced with increased movement speed and advanced environmental awareness. And let me tell you guys, it can be really clutch. It can really save you. And if your teammates go down or something, you have this ability, it might just be all you need and be the huge difference maker in living or dying. So that's Bloodhound for you guys. Caustic. Well, I haven't really played with him personally because you have to unlock him and play the game for a little bit without spending money, or you can spend money and unlock him. That is something completely up to you guys. But Caustic is a defensive class that can assist your squad mates with practical area of effect weapons. Basically, his tactical ability allows you to deploy deadly gas and traps that detonate upon proximity or when shot. This is really good to use in that middle of the map hallway. I think if you guys have played the game a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I believe it's like the bunker or whatever. It's the area with the really tight hallways and a lot of people die. If you set those up in there, that can really change the pace of a game and really keep enemies from going to that side of the map, because that is a huge area where people will use to get to the other side of the map. So just something to think about right there. And all the while, Caustic's passive ability allows you to see enemies through the gas. And if it wasn't enough about gas already, his ultimate basically blankets a large area and more deadly poison. So he's got little traps that you can place down, and if people come close to them or you shoot them, gas will come out and kind of keep them away from going that area. A very good defensive strategy if you are trapped in a building with your teammates or you need to revive somebody. That can come in handy. And then if you really just want to shit on somebody, you throw down his tactical, or not his tactical ability, excuse me, his ultimate ability, and you will just blanket an area and you'll be able to see through it and kill them. The next one, I don't think he's really a fan favorite, but I could be wrong, and that is Gibraltar. He is obviously a defense character. He moves super slow. Gibraltar is an ideal candidate for defensive players. So if you're not very good in gunfights or you're just not very good at video games in general Battle Royale, this might be the guy to use for playing with a team. And his passive ability is a riot shield that can deflect enemy fire, and his tactical ability is a dome shield that lasts for 15 seconds after you deploy it. If your teammates are the type to get into trouble in a firefight, you'll want to use Gibraltar to protect them when cover is limited, or if your team becomes sitting ducks. So if you have one of these on your team and a guy knows actually how to use, Gibraltar fairly well. Look at here as I just bop this guy with a wingman. Sit the fuck down, homie. Anyways, Gibraltar. And his ultimate ability is a defensive bombardment, which calls in a concentrated mortar strike on a marked position. You can kill yourself, so be smart about using this. So like I said, Gibraltar is great if you're not too good. You can kind of take the weight and take the fire from other people while your teammates do the work or help you out. So that is something to consider right there. And then nextly, we're going to go into Lifeline. Lifeline is your prototypical medic class, so basically support. Her passive ability is a one-direction shield that deploys to revive a teammate, while her tactical ability is a drone that automatically heals nearby allies. If those abilities aren't enough to get your squad into good shape, she also has the ultimate ability where she can spawn in care packages and you guys can get more high quality gear. So Lifeline is basically what it is. It's support and medic. Helps you heal faster, use shields and stuff faster, and call in care packages. Mirage. Now this is another character you have to unlock or buy with the points in the game. Mirage, for those of you who love to toy with your enemies, his tactical ability allows you to drop a holographic decoy, while his passive ability takes the same decoy and deploys it when you're knocked down by an enemy. So if you're knocked down, you get a deploy and you turn invisible for a bit. If these decoys weren't enough to fool the opposition, which in my honest opinion doesn't really fool them a lot, the ultimate deploys a team of them to further confuse enemies while you remain cloaked. So you go cloaked, and then there's just what appears to be a bunch of you. But if you're a smart player and someone uses this on you, it's not really hard to get tricked by it. But if there's a lot of shit going on, you can just kind of throw your enemy off just for a quick second or two, and that can honestly be the difference in them getting killed. So if you use it right and be smart with Mirage in the right gunfights, you can use it to your advantage. But like in an open field like this, it's not really going to work out. Then, ladies and gentlemen, next we have Pathfinder. Sometimes, a path to success is made possible by a solid recon player, and that's exactly what this guy is. Pathfinder handles roles with abilities that provide advantageous intel. This optimistic robot and his passive ability reveals the next ring location, so you and your teammates can have an advantage on knowing where the next ring is and get to it before others and play the map to your advantage. He also has a zipline gun that is handy for getting to out-of-reach locations, and it can also assist allies with its ultimate ability, which deploys a zipline that can be used by all squad mates so you can get to tight areas quicker and whatnot. Next up, guys, we have, last but not least, Wraith. She's honestly a fan favorite. I use her a lot, and a lot of my friends use her. She's not a character that you can really go wrong with. Basically, Wraith is definitely an agile offensive fighter with a very intriguing abilities on her roster. Her passive ability tells you when enemies are lining up shots on you or your squad. So if you're running around through a valley, or you're going up a mountain, or you're in a corridor and someone's hiding, she's going to know that somebody's looking at you, and that should make you aware instantly and go get coverage. While Wraith doesn't have the highest defense, she can get out of trouble pretty easily with her phase-shifting tactical ability, which makes you nearly invisible for a short amount of time, and invincible even outside the circle for just a brief duration. It's not great, but it can definitely help you. Lastly, Wraith's ultimate ability makes for a handy way to support squad mates, as you're honestly given the ability to just create a portal and a pathway for them to use. So if you're smart and you're a strategic player and you think things before they happen, you can place down a portal Especially, I think this is better at the end game when there's not as many people left. If you put down a portal, run away somewhere, and place another portal down, you're giving you and your teammates multiple options to get out and reestablish and regroup and come up with a new plan to possibly take out the enemies that were originally fighting you and then possibly win the game if you know how to use it right. But if you're just putting down random portals, it can't be predictable for your enemy to know, like, oh, they just went through here and I know where the other opening is. You kind of want to put it out of place, because that's the whole point. You don't want your enemy to know exactly what you're doing or where you're going, because if they do, it's common sense, you're really not going to have a leg up on them. They're just going to know where the fuck you are, and they're going to kill you. But ladies and gentlemen, and for all you new beginners and noobs out there with Apex Legends, I hope this character explanation and stuff helped you out a little bit and helped you understand what you may or may not want to use. But again, it's all personal preference. My favorite's Bloodhound. I love having the extra abilities in gunfights and knowing how I can hunt down my enemies. That's just me personally. Honestly, you got to play with them all and see what you like, and depending on if you play with a squad or not, you got to know what they like, and if they like something you like, then, you maybe got to negotiate a little bit. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to smash that like button for today's Apex Legends video, and I'll see you guys in another video. You all have a great day. I'm out. Peace.